Being smart is often seen as a gift, a privilege, a strength, even a badge of honor. And while intelligence can open doors, spark innovation, and fuel success, it also carries a quieter burden. A burden that most people don't see. A weight that highly intelligent people rarely talk about. Not because it isn't real, but because explaining it can feel impossible. In a world that celebrates intellect, the inner struggles of the intelligent often go unnoticed. They blend in, smile politely, function normally, while carrying a mind that never stops spinning. In this video, we're going to explore 10 hidden struggles that intelligent people silently face. If you've ever felt out of place, overthought something into exhaustion, or wondered why life feels heavier for you than for others, this one's for you, because being smart isn't always easy. Let's pull back the curtain and step into the world behind the mind. 1. Overthinking everything. One of the most common struggles among intelligent people is overthinking. They don't just think, they analyze, dissect, and replay every possible scenario over and over again. Their brain is wired for depth. So where someone else might shrug and move on, the intelligent person dives into the why, the how, and the what if. This can be a gift in problem solving, but a curse in daily life. Overthinking makes simple decisions feel paralyzing. It creates anxiety where peace could have existed. It makes letting go nearly impossible. A compliment? They analyze the tone. A mistake? They replay it for hours. A conversation? They wonder what they should have said differently. This constant mental noise is exhausting. And the worst part, most people can't relate. They just say, "Stop overthinking." But to a deeply intelligent mind, stopping isn't simple. Thinking is the default, and silence can feel unnatural. 2. Feeling misunderstood. Intelligent people often feel alone in a crowded room. Not because they lack company, but because they crave connection, the deep kind. They notice subtle things, think in layers, speak in nuance. But the world doesn't always respond to nuance. It rewards simplicity, trends, and surface-level conversation. So the intelligent person often tones themselves down, hides their insights, or worse, feels alienated for being too much. They laugh at jokes they don't find funny. They simplify their opinions. They avoid expressing what's really on their mind, not because they can't, but because they've learned that most people won't get it. And this disconnection, it builds slowly, quietly, until one day, they wonder why they feel so alone, even when they're surrounded by people. 3. Difficulty finding like-minded people. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. Intelligent people crave relationships, friendships, partnerships, collaborations that stimulate their minds and challenge their thoughts. But finding those kinds of people, rare. They're not looking for perfect people. They're looking for curious ones, those who ask why, instead of what's next, those who are comfortable with silence, but alive in thought. Unfortunately, many interactions feel shallow. Small talk exhausts them. Surface-level friendships feel hollow. And over time, they begin to isolate, not because they hate people, but because they long for something real. They'd rather be alone than misunderstood. They'd rather read than force a conversation. They'd rather think than pretend. And that quiet withdrawal, it becomes a pattern, not from pride, but from peace. 4. High expectations for self and others. Intelligent minds are wired to strive for more. They see what could be, not just what is. This vision is powerful, but also punishing. They hold themselves to standards most people wouldn't dare touch. They measure their worth by productivity, performance, precision. And when they fall short, even slightly, they spiral into guilt, disappointment, and relentless self-criticism. But it doesn't end with them. They also expect a lot from others, honesty, depth, consistency. And when people don't meet those expectations, they feel let down, not because they're judgmental, but because they believe in potential. They see what others are capable of, and watching someone waste it, it hurts. So they carry the weight of themselves and of the world they can't control. 5. Existential thinking. Smart people don't just live, they question life itself. They think about mortality, purpose, consciousness, suffering. They dive into existentialism, philosophy, spirituality, meaning. While others are worried about what to wear, they're lying awake, wondering if anything we do really matters. This depth gives them wisdom, but it also brings a kind of emotional heaviness. They see through illusions, they sense injustice, they question the system, the structures, the norms. And when the world keeps turning like none of it matters, they feel distant, disconnected. It's not depression, it's disillusionment. And unless they have healthy outlets, like journaling, meaningful conversation, or creative expression, it can feel like they're drowning in questions with no answers. 6. Pressure to always be right. Smart people often carry the burden of being right. They're expected to know more, solve faster, speak wisely. And when they don't, people are surprised, or worse, disappointed. This expectation creates pressure, so they become cautious, afraid to say the wrong thing. They hesitate, overthink, and sometimes stay silent, because being wrong feels like failure, even when it's part of growth. This perfectionism traps them in their own intellect. They stop trying new things. They avoid vulnerability. They obsess over details others don't even notice, because being smart becomes part of their identity. And when that identity is challenged, it shakes their self-worth. So they carry this quiet pressure, always perform, never slip. But the truth is, growth requires imperfection, and intelligence without humility becomes a cage. 7. Difficulty asking for help. When you're used to solving everything in your head, asking for help feels like weakness. Intelligent people are often the helpers, the listeners, the fixers, the advisors. They carry everyone else's problems, but hide their own, because they fear being a burden, or worse, being seen as incapable. They'll Google it, research it, endure it, before they ever admit they're struggling. But deep down, they crave support. Not someone to fix them, just someone who sees them. 8. Emotional isolation. Highly intelligent people feel deeply, even if they don't show it. They intellectualize emotions, analyze them, explain them, contain them. But they rarely express them fully, because vulnerability requires trust, and trust is hard to earn. So they bottle things up, smile through the ache, cope in silence. They become masters at appearing fine. But inside, they're often carrying unspoken grief, confusion, fear. Because intelligence doesn't protect you from pain. It just gives you more words to describe it, and more ways to hide it. 9. Restlessness and boredom. Smart minds are curious minds. They need stimulation, new ideas, new challenges, new perspectives. Repetition drains them. Routine kills them. So they chase learning, variety, growth. But when life becomes predictable, they feel stuck, uninspired, even agitated. Jobs that lack meaning, relationships that lack depth, conversations that repeat. They all feel like mental starvation. So they start over, reinvent, create chaos, just to feel alive again. But it's not rebellion. It's a search for purpose. 10. Identity crisis. Being smart becomes your identity. You're the clever one. You're the one who'll succeed. You're the one who knows things. And slowly, you become afraid of being anything else. Failure feels like betrayal. Change feels risky. Growth feels threatening. So you stay in the box others placed you in. You hide confusion, doubt, fear. But identity isn't fixed, and intelligence isn't everything, because sometimes the bravest thing a smart person can do is start over. If you saw yourself in any of these struggles, you're not broken, you're not weak, and you're not alone. Being smart comes with invisible weight, but it also brings powerful light. The key is learning to balance the two, to let yourself feel, to rest, to be imperfect, to connect. Because the goal isn't to be right all the time. It's to be real. And if no one's told you this lately, you don't have to carry it all on your own. You're allowed to ask for help, to rest, to be seen. And right now, in this moment, you're already enough.